Today we're talking about the new Series 5 Ultrabook from Samsung. Ultrabooks are a huge focus for the PC manufacturers, and Samsung aren't necessarily late, they were actually there before everyone else with their Ultrabook-like Series 9 notebook range. Now, they've released details of their first defined Ultrabooks, and we have the products with us today to have a look at and compare. The first one is what we'd expect an Ultrabook to be: slim, light, and pretty quick off the mark, especially in sleep mode. It's called the 530U3, and it uses a 13-inch screen like most other Ultrabooks. It's 1.47 kilos and has a very slight taper from 17.6mm to 14.6mm. You can't really see it unless you look for it. It uses a metallic aluminium material on the lid and fiberglass on the base, helping to keep the weight down. Connectivity-wise, the 530 is well equipped with a high-speed USB 3, standard USB 2, HDMI output, VGA, Ethernet, and a headphone mic jack. Battery life is claimed to be close to 6.5 hours. I'm also happy to finally report the discovery of a matte screen Ultrabook that is also brighter than the average notebook at 300 nits. Matte screens are something I know our viewers and readers were keen on seeing in a leading brand Ultrabook. It contains a 128GB solid-state drive, and this helps this machine achieve its 2-second wake-up time, as well as 20-second boot up. It comes in two flavors, a dual-core i5 or a dual-core i7. It's really just as quick as any other Ultrabook from those performance indicators, and we'll have a closer look at this another time based on your questions. The second model in the range really challenges what an Ultrabook is, and does fit within the guidelines and flirts with the edges of it in a really cheeky way. Indeed, it's very easy to look at this device and say, well, it's just a notebook, albeit a really slim, good-looking one. But Intel have given this 14-inch Series 5 model their blessing, and it can be called an Ultrabook because it still meets the Intel criteria for this size device. As Ultrabook screen sizes increase, so do the overall dimensions and other criteria start to flex a little. And I'll be honest, this model has a couple of features that I never expected to see in an Ultrabook. But first, let's have a look around the unit. The 14-inch shares the same aluminium casing and fiberglass base of its smaller screen brother, but we did see that the frame around the LCD screen is actually plastic as opposed to aluminium. It has pretty much every connection you'd need under the sun. 2 USB 3 ports, 1 USB 2, HDMI output, Ethernet, multi-card reader, and a VGA output. Nothing really missing there. But wait, what do we see here? A DVD burner? Yep, this Ultrabook is the first to include an optical drive and still come under the dimension criteria that Intel have set. It sits a hair under the thickness limit at 20.9mm and weighs 1.64 kilos, so it's still a lighter and thinner option compared to standard notebooks, but it does have the benefit of instant on due to the use of an SSD. With the larger form factor also comes the option to really beef up the performance now that there is a little more latitude with the parameters of the Ultrabook criteria at this size bracket. Samsung have included a 1GB AMD Radeon graphics card, so this would theoretically be one of the best performing Ultrabooks hands down. Combine the SSD with the graphics card and an i7 processor, and you have an impressive performer. So it looks like Intel's relaxing of some of the criteria of Ultrabook labeling at the larger screen sizes gives manufacturers like Samsung some opportunities to really bolster performance to ensure they remain attractive, even though they don't go head-to-head with some of the other models that have been released. The big question will be if customers are attracted to the larger screen sizes and are willing to put up with a little bit more weight to include optical drive and dedicated graphics. So, feel free to ask us any questions or discuss what an Ultrabook is and where it's headed as a category. And as always, we'd love to hear from you. Until next time.